tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Howdy, partners. Welcome to the iiRcadians show.
Howdy ho!
What's going on?
Don't shoot my can.
So what's going on, guys? So, welcome to the show. This is the iiRcadians show, episode number 26. This is a show for fans of the iiRcade, made by fans of the iiRcade. This is a community-made show, and we are all iiRcadians. So how's everyone doing? Let's go ahead and introduce all of today's iiRcadians.
What? I can't hear you over the music.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me turn that down. Hold on.
Thanks, partner.
Sorry, partner. Okay, there we go. Enough of that. Okay. So let's introduce everyone. Of course, I am Papa Brad, iiRcade's biggest shill.
I'm Brooklyn Menace, iiRcade's second biggest shill. Trying to get to number one, but Papa Brad is making it tough.
I know. Sorry. Steph, say hello.
Hey, I am Steps. I am Mountain Dew's biggest shill. And
Speaking of Steps, I mean, she is like on the edge of 500. So if anyone can drop her a sub, let's get her where she can community post. 500 subs would be a great goal.
You know,
And
I've been really digging this Blood Brothers game. It's also a name of an Iron Maiden song, which is really cool too, even though this isn't themed after the Iron Maiden. You know, I kind of ended up putting together another cabinet over the weekend because I was playing so much Blood Brothers.
I know. And you know, so speaking of cabs, I might have gotten something too, actually, Steps. I might have gotten something too. Let me see if I could show. Let me see if I can show what I might have gotten.
Let's see it.
There it is.
Oh, that doesn't look like an iron.
Very nice.
No, that's my next addition to my PapaCade 2.0. And that just came in literally minutes before the show. So that's pretty cool.
Do a
Brad,
lot
can I have all your parts that are in good condition to replace the ones?
And
online
Brooklyn
that
got
didn't
one
come
that's
in good
all
condition?
jacked up where all the parts are broken. So
They're not
hopefully
broken.
I have
they're
better
just
luck.
like-
They're just
they're
chipped
not-
and you got
when
the
I-
chipped and dented.
When I
and-
spend $600 on something, I expect it to come in new condition.
Absolutely.
Like it's like buying a car. It's like, you know, when you buy a car, are you going to drive it out of the showroom with dents and stuff in it?
Probably not. Probably not.
Like if I mess it up, that's cool. It's my fault. But you know, come on, let me at least start out with the thing looking
it's
good.
kind of the luck of the draw. Then of course we got say
What's
hello.
up, everybody? You guys think you're the biggest show?
Oh, look at
My hat.
the show hat. There we
I
go.
got my
Nice.
hat.
There you go.
Welcome.
There you go. It's official. You're an iiRcade show.
Damn, he might have just taken number 2.
Yep, and we got the champion iiRcade game player.
Hey,
Welcome
how's
to
it
the
going,
show,
everybody?
Nix.
Thank you. How is everybody?
And I would like to thank a friend of mine for coming on. I begged him to come on. He's a good friend of mine, and we talk almost daily. This, of course, is Punk Rock Dave.
Punk rock.
What's up, yo? I'm
Hey,
I'm a little
Christmas.
beat. it's
So-
a Halloween tree.
Yeah. So how did the Galaga go? Tell us a little bit about the Galaga story and like that you were telling me.
Okay, so I the vice president of my department, he's a big Galaga fan, and I've always been telling him like, hey, I'm gonna get like a Galaga arcade 1-up and sneak it into your office, right? And he's like, no, don't do that. So we had a team building thing today that I didn't suggest that we do it at this arcade kind of place, but we did it at this arcade place, and they had a class of 81. And so he decided he would challenge me to a Galaga match, I guess, right? So we played best out of 3. The first one, oh my God, I crapped the bed so bad. But the second one, I took double ships on that first board, and then just ran it to like 15, level 15 or something. And
So did you let your boss win?
no, I did not. He is not like that, right?
Come on.
Yeah. So and then third game, he was trying to double ship, but the thing about double ship is it gets your one, and then you get another, and then it takes the one, and then it gets another, and then before you know it, like when you're dead. The next player's got like 3 ships left. So
Mhm.
yeah, at that point I was like, I'll double his score. So I was like, I'm not even gonna. I won. I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, the reason why I always have this intro is I want to make sure people know we have some great games right now on iiRcade. You don't have to wait for games to be released. There's a ton of great games right now. There's a massive back catalog of 300 plus games you can go through, and there's tons of games to play. So I'm just trying to, get the message out there that we have games to play. And speaking of that, something big is happening. Let's talk about this. Let me put up I have a piece of art for it too. Hold on. So we have is it tomorrow? I think it starts. Let me double check.
Tomorrow.
What do you say?
Starts tomorrow. There is the big iiRcade sale. And I had something there it is. Okay. Week 1, October 21st through 28th. So there's 5 different weeks. They'll be putting on games on sale. And I'm going to be honest, this is where I got a majority of my library of games for iiRcade. I got from last year's sale. I just went through, and if I enjoyed it, I just got it. So what do y'all think about the sale coming up? Y'all
This
excited
is the
about
time
it?
to load up.
Load up.
Look,
You got to pay attention though.
we're going to be
because-
covering the sales. The way they're breaking up the sales this year, from what I heard, is by category.
Like by genre, huh?
Just by genre, is it like for the whole
Correct.
week? Is it just going to be a set of games, or are they going to be released like a different cup games?
It's going to be like all
Yeah.
shmups one week, then
Each
all
day.
like
Yeah,
sports
all
games.
shoot
How are they
'em
going to do
ups,
it?
Sports, fighters. That's how they're breaking it up. And we're going to get together with the crew and definitely be covering them. We are now very familiar with a lot of these games, so we will be able to give you, the recommendations if you should pick it up or not.
Yeah, I have I don't have all the games, but I have a pretty good amount. Pretty good amount of iiRcade games. But there's a lot of good ones that I know I'll probably still end up picking up that I haven't gotten yet. So
I was gonna say, I will say, when I was watching the intro earlier, I was just like, just astounded by how many good games were in the trailer, and people say they're
I know.
games.
I know.
Oh
There's
my
no
God,
games.
These are all great.
If they only had some games,
And they're gonna be on sale. If you pay attention to what you want, you could look at these sales that are coming, right?
Mhm.
The sale's a little early this year, but
Yeah.
hey, you can get your money before you spend it on Christmas for someone else, right?
Yeah, I think it is good. What do you think, Kev Gret?
Yeah, this sale only comes once a year. Jong has proven that. Last year we got it, but now it is almost a complete year. So I'm treating this just like I did last year. I purchased probably 80% of the games, and I'm going to probably buy the other 20% I don't have and load it up like a Steam sale and just get to them when you can get to them, because these sales do not come around often. So load up the cart, watch us. We'll let you know if these games are worth it. But to be honest, I'm going to probably buy every one that I don't have.
Yeah, up to 30% off is a pretty good deal. That's
Good
the time to, if you're interested in a game. And I would just say, if you got the time, just go play them all. And if you like it, buy it. If you don't, refund it. That's why they do that. It's a great program they have where you can try all the games before you have to buy them.
And
I think you got
there's
30 minutes.
And there's plenty of reviews out there now on these games, so there's really no excuse. If you want it, check it out. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be worth it, because these 30% off prices do come once a year. So I can't wait for tomorrow, to be honest. I just hope.
I'm excited for the sale.
Yes. Yes.
And we're definitely getting one new game. It's which game are they dropping tomorrow? Is it Cabal?
No, I don't think. No, I think it's not.
No,
one of those.
nothing. None of those are coming out.
It's got to be a Halloween game.
They're
right?
gonna be. They're gonna Cabal, I believe, is coming out next month.
Yeah,
it's like
November. I think 2 in November.
And Heated Barrel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys are enjoying Blood Brothers, you're gonna love Cabal.
Yeah, there's a banger coming out tomorrow.
Uh oh.
Wink,
Yeah,
wink.
there's something good coming out that everyone. I know I personally love what's coming out tomorrow, even though I can't talk about it, which is hard. But
You just did.
yeah, I just did. But yeah, tune in. There will be a great game tomorrow that
That's
is
all he said was a
worth
great
it.
game. There's nothing.
Yeah, I can't say more than that about it. But
We get great games every Friday.
yeah, well, I don't know. Come on.
Tomorrow's
Come on,
gonna be a
not too
fun
many people.
fight.
Not too many people, but Papa Brad love Bear Sis. Come on now, let's be honest. But yeah, I think this game that I hope they release is going to be fantastic. We got Pliskin's Run coming in. Let's say hello to some people in the chat. Brooklyn, you want to say hello to some people in the chat?
Sure. So I can only see the chat right now on Papa Brad's Gaming. So what's going on? Paul Barris, Goofy Foot, always good to see you. Pliskin's Run. Let me scroll up a little bit. Mitchell B, Soxcade. Who else is in there? Should I see?
2 Die 4, Bobby Vu.
Yeah, 2 Die 4.
Rhea.
All right, there's Rhea. What's up, Rhea? Always saying hi to everybody in the
She's
chat room.
awesome.
So it's a pleasure to say hi to you.
Always awesome. Thank you for coming to our show.
And I think the rest are on the iiRcadians
The
channel.
iiRcadians got To Die For is over there. Is he over there now too?
Well,
You
Papa
see on
Brad
both?
likes to do this to make things confusing.
Yes,
So
I
tomorrow
like to
night,
make
the
things
Friday
as
night
confusing
arcade
as
show is going to be
possible.
on 20 different channels.
Rich
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna
To
have
make
him, say
people
hi to everyone.
confused.
I want one person to watch per
That's
channel.
what I like to do. I want to get them out there.
Prince Malcolm.
All right, take
is
me off
on-
full screen. This is uncomfortable.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
I thought you were fully inside StreamYard. You can't.
Keep
You
me full
cannot.
screen the whole
Aren't
show.
you?
You know
Aren't
I'm
you
a
all the
ham.
way inside? You can control everything. So anyway, okay. Well, we know we have the sale coming up. Okay, and there's been a long backlog of games in the sale, and we have someone that's going to be coming on later that's going to talk about some of the games that are on iiRcade. But the next thing I want to do is I want to show a video that he is sharing with us. So hold on.
Is it about Mountain Dew?
No, it's not about Mountain Dew. Do you have any Mountain Dew? You want to do a Mountain Dew? I want to do a Mountain Dew plug right now.
Mountain Dew.
I don't know why I have the urge to
Like I
drink
have
so
to-
much Mountain Dew lately.
I
don't
know,
why.
man. This
Steps
is like
forward.
Mountain Dew, man.
I put on a
I gotta
Mountain Dew.
say, I gotta
Till
shout out
I
to-
tried the mystery flavor and almost threw up. I was like, oh my god, that's bad. That is nasty.
I'm gonna buy
I gotta,
that. I'm gonna buy that set they're selling the retro mystery flavors just to see if the other ones are any good. Because
The mystery
this
flavor,
year's
if
one
you
is
actually,
terrible.
they reveal what it is on the opposite side of the label. It's garbage juice.
Garbage juice. Dumpster juice.
That's what it tastes
It
like.
tastes like dog urine and
Before we get like totally into this, I wanted to shout out the steps. I came across was it the Pinball Garage?
oh yeah, that was
That-
when I was in Ohio a week or two ago.
That place is crazy. There's
It
a lot of
What's
pinball.
up, Tim Steiny Arcade?
It's one of the best. They said it may be the the biggest pinball exclusive place like in the country. Like it is nuts. I went there on a whim. I was at the hotel and I go to Google and I type in arcade and it says Pinball Garage 15 minutes away and I go, that's where I'm going. So it was.
And you were in what? It was at Cincinnati or
It's in a town called Hamilton, Ohio, which is near Cincinnati, and literally they had every pinball people were shouting out in the chat. Do they have this? I was going right there. Papa Brad was there live when I was doing it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I saw him on the
Awesome.
replay.
That was great.
uh,
That was great. That was great.
It was. So did you end up playing that Iron Maiden pinball?
Oh yeah, I played it a couple times. I played
course
a couple
you
different
did.
places.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get. I apologize. I didn't get through the whole stream, right? Because it was like an hour and
I
something.
went through
but,
the.
Hey, we got retro here.
Tonight, so it's all good.
Retro. Ooh, new thumbnail.
Retro Arcade Music Man.
He's got an awesome channel. Go check out Retro Arcade.
He does,
Man.
definitely. Go check out Retro Arcade Music Man. Always good.
Hello.
Always telling great stories.
He streams at like 3 a.m.
I know. It's like can't watch that on a school night, but it is.
Yeah.
He has a lot of good videos that are like stories that he tells where he plays a game. They're really good. Check them out. Check them out for sure. Okay, so let's talk about games. That's what I want to talk about on this show. I mainly want to talk about games for this show. This video is the best arcades according to James McKeown. This is a great new iiRcade video I stumbled across. He's going to come on the show later. He's running a bit late. He already said he's going to be on. But let's watch the first half of this and talk about the games.
spent the past few months building a little arcade in my basement, and the iiRcade cabinet is easily my most played and favorite of all the cabinets. The one challenge I've had is that about half the games that it came built in with I wasn't really too keen on, so I've been trying to find good games to download that fit my taste. And these are the games that I've downloaded and that I think are the most fun and the ones that have the most replay value to me. So here we go. These are my game recommendations for what you can download right now on your iiRcade. So Riptide Renegade seems to be on everybody's list, and mine is no exception. This is absolutely my most played game. I keep coming back to it. It's typically what I'll play first just to get warm up. Once you just start unlocking the new characters and upgrading your vehicles and unlocking new abilities, it just keeps getting more and more fun. There's a ton of levels, so you'll be playing this game for quite some time, and an awesome two-player split screen, which is, you know, I just love in these racing games, especially when I'm going for that old school nostalgia feel. So yeah, Riptide Renegade is definitely my most played. I got Rising Hell up next. I love this game so much. The first time I saw it, it really reminded me of Slain Back from Hell. I mean, visually and soundtrack-wise, it's very similar. So if that was your main draw to Slain Back from Hell, there's a good chance you're going to like this game. Although this is less of a Metroidvania style game and more of a platforming hack and slash, I guess I'd say. So yeah, you got your attack button, and if you do a double jump, you get an attack then too. And there's lots of power-ups that keep making you a little more powerful, and I'm constantly trying to upgrade just to see what other cool attacks I can get. The enemies are so awesome. I mean, it's a hell game, so you're fighting lots of demons and monsters, so yeah. This game, 100% recommend. Love this game. Go check it out for sure. Which loves bullets? Now, I am a sucker for anything that's even slightly Halloween. I love Halloween-type video games. You know, all the way back to the NES, really. You know, games like Monster Party and stuff like that. I just love it. Just anything Halloween. And I'm not even a lot of shooter, like the shooter-type games. I don't play a lot of that. But this one I just love, and this isn't a game that, like, I would sit down and want to play for hours. It's a game I just, you know, I'll play it for maybe 5 minutes and move on to something else, like you would in an arcade. So perfect for that arcade vibe. It's got a little bit of the 8-bit style to it, so great for that too. So yeah, Which Loves Bullets. It was a pretty cheap one in their shop too, so definitely pick this one up. Love this game, super cool. I think you'll like it too, and if you have friends over, they're gonna dig it. Alright, so this is Oddmar, and this is another one of those games that's commonly recommended on the iiRcade, and with good reason. Much like Rising Hell, well, exactly like Rising Hell, these games are both available on the Nintendo Switch. And I tend to find myself seeking out games that are on both the Switch and the iiRcade, because there's a good chance I'm going to like them, because my most played system in my entire household is definitely my Nintendo Switch. I'm always playing that. And this game is just so fun, so addictive. You got several worlds with lots of stages in each one. And something really neat, there's a hidden bonus stage in every level where you eat a mushroom and go on like a mushroom trip, and you go into some trippy level. I really love that little mechanic they've thrown in. And this level is a little different than most of the gameplay. This is my favorite level here, is why I'm showing it. But pretty much the entire game, you're more running through stages and fighting off enemies and fighting a boss at the end type of thing. So Oddmar, check it out. Bloodstorm, the sequel to Time Killers that nobody ever asked for. A game that was created trying to compete with the Mortal Kombat craze, with the extra gore added in as well. No need to enter a blood code here because the blood splatters everywhere. It's cool how the stages have built-in finishing moves, so you don't necessarily have to memorize a combination to pull off finishing moves. And oftentimes, like you can see right there, all I did was do an uppercut and that body was completely ripped apart. You can dismember, you can decapitate, and just create an entirely huge Bloodstorm. So yeah, if you want an extra gory game, try Bloodstorm.
All right. And that's the first batch of games. Like when people ask, what should I get? What games are good? I mean, that is a very solid list of games for iiRcade. What do you guys think?
I mean, look at the visuals on Oddmar, that platformer.
Yeah,
that's just, it runs so smooth.
Yeah.
Such an amazing game.
Oddmar is one of the first games I got, and I was immediately impressed. And you know, a lot of times we forget that these games are on iiRcade because, you know, the people that got in on the Kickstarter and got iiRcade when it first came out. I mean, we've played Oddmar, you know, but you know, people that have not experienced it, it's a great game. There was a lot of good games in there. Riptide is another one. That if you're new to iiRcade and you don't have many of the games, that's a good one to pick up. What other games did you like in there? I know I saw Which Loves Bullets.
Yeah,
and, Kevin, didn't you do a video on that one?
Shoot 'em up.
yeah.
Which Loves Bullets?
Which Love Bullets? $5. It's one of my Halloween run-throughs.
And what a perfect game for Halloween too.
Perfect. $5. You can get through
$5,
it. 12,
can't go
12 to
wrong.
15 minutes. It's got leaderboards. What more can you ask for? Good stuff.
Yeah, and Paul says they should pick up Cuphead for iiRcade.
If only there was a game that looked like Cuphead.
And now that Bloodstorm fighting game is one of those, like, it's so bad it's good type of games.
Yeah,
it's just over the top.
Those games
fun.
grow on me. I mean, every time I play them, though, I just think, man, if they only had the online, we would all be playing those games. You know, I mean,
Agreed.
Bloodstorm and Time Killers. If they had online, I think they would see a lot of play.
Yeah.
But you know, right now, of course, the game I think that Breaker's Revenge is the #1 fighter. I think for most iiRcadians.
I agree.
What would the panel say? Is it like unanimous?
Yeah, that's kind of like hands down right now the top fighting game on iiRcade.
Yeah. To Die For says lots of goodies are coming, and that's I can't wait. He knows.
He knows.
I was gonna say there's a lot of good games in this video, but what's funny when I really think about it, if I'm to do a top 10 video, I don't think any of those are in my top 10.
Yeah.
So it's a very personalized.
I forget. Yeah, Oddmar is so good.
You know? Like I think Riptide everyone should own. I do think everybody should own it, but it's not personally in my top 10 because there's certain type of games that I prefer, right? Over other types of games. But I do think there are some games he mentioned that everybody should own, regardless of whether it's in my top 10 or not. Like Oddmar, I think pretty much everybody owns. I don't want to sit down and play platformers, but it's gorgeous and it's a really good game. I've tried it.
Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
I think I agree with Steph. That I don't think any of those would be in my personal top 10, but like Riptide is a great game. If you want to race and you want to race other people, Riptide is probably one of the best games. I mean, you can race on iiRcade, you can race people on other platforms.
Other platforms.
There was a lot of the racing. Like I know Brooklyn did a lot of that racing when it first went live. It was really cool. Like 8-person Riptide races, and it's just as soon as you can, like one heat's done, and then the next one goes, and it's so much fun.
The online in that game is flawless on iiRcade. It's not being handled by iiRcade. It's going right through the company that made the game. Like on their service, it really runs great. But like the single player experience on that game gives you a lot to offer.
Tons.
And it's also one of those. Sorry, it's also one of those games that like because it's different. It's all in the same. I'm trying to say because it's there's different platforms that are playing it, but everybody can kind of play it at the same time. It's one of the magic things with the iiRcade, right? Because if you want to have that arcade experience, you're playing a game that you have the arcade experience, but then somebody else is playing the same game at the same time on a joystick or right?
And the thing I liked about his list, he had like I think Rising Hell is the one he had a lot of modern games in there. He had some games that are also on the Switch, which I think that is a great thing. You know, the iiRcade can run games that run on the Switch because it has the power to run them. And that's really cool. Let's check out the second part and watch these games and what you think about which games in here would you recommend or do you think are, well, these are expensive games too. So if you're going to pick them up, like pick up the modern titles on sale, you know, because you will save the most money.
Warrior Blade. Looks a lot like Golden Axe. It plays a lot like it too. You can see from the 3 characters you have to choose from here, a Conan type, a female type, and a knife-wielding weirdo. Now, I was originally drawn to this game because of the impressive visuals, and I thought this was a newer game, but I was surprised to learn that this was released by Taito back in '91. You got a lot of variation to gameplay too. Like you can see here, there's a level where you're flying dragons. There's this level here where you're riding on horseback and jumping over obstacles. There's a little bit of humor to it too, as I hear the German-speaking characters, and that's not changeable, by the way. But these boss battles are what really draw me in. Like here, I was shocked to find that you're fighting a floating Baphomet statue. How cool is that? Yeah, and the boss battles are really what I love about this game. Here's another great example of just a really cool boss, just a flaming skull guy. Who doesn't love that? And then this cool demon dude at the end, kind of satanic thing. And if you really just want to get to the boss battles, I found out eventually that you don't really even need to fight all these guys. You can just run right past them like you're seeing here. I literally ran through this entire level straight to the boss battle. And they're not all as simple as this. Oftentimes you end up accidentally running into a guy and having to fight. And it's fun to fight the guys too, but just so you can see, if you want to have a quick gameplay straight to the bosses, Warrior Blade is a great side-scrolling beat-em-up. Next up, we got Dark Seal 2, Wizard Fire. This was Data East's 1992 release, follow-up to the original Dark Seal, which is another really good game. This is a bit of an isometric adventure hack-and-slash type where you have the 5 characters to choose from, each with their own types of attack. You can see here you pick up these upgrades, and if you can manage to stay alive long enough, you can actually become pretty powerful, but chances are you're going to die because these games were obviously created, in the 90s, intended to be quarter munchers. But as usual, you get these really cool boss battles, and each character has these magic power-ups. Like you can see here, this guy, turns into this Pegasus and launches those types of attacks. So if you can, again, stay alive long enough to charge your magic, you can use those special magic attacks. Here you got your gnome guy that's fighting another really cool boss, and he's going to have a different magic attack as well. But something else worth noting is the hilarious and awesome at the same time cutscenes. Now, the artwork style is pretty cool looking, but the voiceover is like, I don't know if they're just awesome or hilarious or both, but here I'll leave you with a little cutscene just for you to admire for yourself, and so let's see what you think about it.
The enemy cannot go. No, the recall no fade will you magic. Oh, the cave of Akbar. There's an icon in Let's go.
So of course I'm going to have to talk a little bit about Dead Cells, as this is being played on the Dead Cells cabinet. And, I had never even played Dead Cells when I ordered this cabinet. I ordered this iiRcade because of the way it looked and because I wanted an iiRcade. But through playing it, I was quickly addicted, and I really like how it's a different type of gameplay, whereas you don't really want to try to fight these guys. You want to try to use your fighting as a last resort and try to zip by them and beat these stages as quick as you can. And there's so many different weapons you can get, and when you get the different weapons, it completely changes the gameplay mechanic. So this is a super addictive game. It's going to be one of the pricier ones on the service, but of course if you buy the Dead Cells cabinet, it's just going to come free with the system. So definitely check out Dead Cells, and again, it's another one of those games that's also available on the Switch. So yeah, check out some Dead Cells, and that's going to do it for this video. Thanks you guys for watching, and keep playing that iiRcade.
Big, massive thank you to James for sending us that video. And I will say this, every game that he talked about, I have done a review on my channel, Papa Brad's Gaming, and most of them are on the iiRcadians too. But every game that he pretty much listed is a game that I think is worthy of having. And I think that was a fantastic overview of all the different kinds of great games that are on iiRcade from fresh eyes,
Yep.
Warrior Blade is really good, and I definitely would consider it for my top 10 for sure. And I was surprised by it. It's another one I was surprised by when I bought it.
Like if there was a standalone cabinet with just his last couple of picks, I would buy it.
Yeah.
Just for those games. That was the only way to play them in the arcade form.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Kev? What were the standouts of those games that were just shown?
You know, I never had the chance to play Warrior Blade, so to get that exclusive game here on the iiRcade, it's just awesome. I'm glad he showcased that. So, you know, he Dead Cells, I mean, I've put in probably more hours on Dead Cells than any other game. I've unlocked most of the game, and I only did it on the iiRcade. I kind of had it on the Switch, but I never put the time in like I did on the iiRcade. So, Dead Cells and Warrior Blade, awesome picks. Definitely worth picking up those two.
Yeah, and the thing is, with the sale, I would say pick up those expensive games.
Yeah,
like Galacticon's $5.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's probably one of my favorite games on iiRcade, but it's a $5 game, you know. Yep. But you know, these modern games can get expensive because they're basically console type games. They're more expensive games, so probably during the sale would be a good time to pick them up.
Absolutely.
And hopefully James makes it here. He said he was going to, so we'll see. The next thing we're going to do, look out, because here it comes. Boom. Massive thank you to Brooklyn Menace for that amazing little video.
You're welcome.
iiRcade top 10 80s arcade games. Okay, I literally spent 2 weeks working on this list because I had to make sure all the games were within certain years, and we are going to rank right now what are the top 10 80s arcade games that are on iiRcade. Okay, and to get us started, I am going to put up the list. And we did this last week, and here was our list from last week. We did the 10 best retro modern games on iiRcade. Let me take that banner off real quick.
I was about to say, none of these are from the 80s.
No, this is last week's.
Yeah,
I'm only bringing this up because I want people to see what we did last week. We did retro modern games, and In City Games has 2 games in the top 10. So massive props to them. They had Sub-Octo and Longhead, so they had 2 out of the 10 games. But of course, Galacticon. This was our rating of the panel last week. Space Invaders, Infinity Gene, Donut Dodo, Longhead, Lode Runner Legacy, Retromania Wrestling, Rangok Skies, Siggy, Retro Highway, and Sub-Octo. So those are all, that's a good list of games to pick up on the sale. And we're going to go on to the new list, which we're going to talk about tonight. And we're going to have to whittle this down because they have a lot.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh my God.
iiRcade top 10. Now, these are games that were only released from 1980 to 1987. I had to do a lot of research. I had to cross a lot of games off the list. And I've decided, since there's only 10 slots, certain game companies are only going to be able to take up 1 slot. For example, Sega. Sega only has 2 games that apply between those years. Congo Bongo and Space Harrier. Like Toplin, for example. The only shmups that are in those years are the ones that are listed. Tiger Heli, Slap Fight, Twin Cobra, Flying Shark. Okay. So everyone take a look at this list. And I'm also going to be watching the chat. And let's start off with what games should be eliminated from this list as not being worthy of being in the top 10.
Way to make it hard, Papa Brad.
Yeah.
You look at all these games and
okay,
all this
haters,
stuff is
step up, haters.
You got to take Robbie Roto off.
Yeah,
Robbie
Roto's got to go.
Robbie
Roto's got to go. I agree.
What did Robbie Roto ever? It's one of the only midway games we got.
Lock and chain.
Designed by the designer of Gorf. Say it isn't so.
Well,
okay.
I played it once.
As much as I would say,
never again.
I love that game.
You can't talk classic arcade games without talking Space Invaders. It says 1978. It's not even in the 80s.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we'll have a discussion. We're going to have a discussion. Hold on. This is going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting. Hold on. I got to pull something up. let's see. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm an amateur, and I'm a fan of iiRcade that does this show.
There we go.
So please understand that if it seems like I'm amateurish, it's because I am.
And the response, some of those are in the 90s, some of those are in the 80s, maybe.
Okay.
The first one's in 87. And the
Okay, so you know, I'm a team player, and I love Robbie Roto. It's a free game. It costs nothing. So I'm going to tell everyone right now, go pick that game up. I love it. It is a great classic arcade game. It came out the same time as Pac-Man and got buried. So, but it was made by the creator, the same person that made Gorf. So, and it's free. So 1981. Sorry, Robbie. Wah, wah, wah.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Robbie's gone.
Brad, this one's gonna break your heart, but Tropical Angel, that's gotta go.
Oh no, say it's not so.
Got no
Sorry,
interest
Brad.
in buying that or trying it. You know?
Tropical Angel's a fantastic game.
You can't.
Water
relate to
skiing
playing.
game. I mean, come on.
It's gotta go.
Okay, but you know, in all fairness, I wanted all the ones that people talk about. I want them on here. Okay.
Space Invaders is 78. It doesn't. It says up there.
Hold on. Space. Okay, we'll talk about Space Invaders. Space Invaders isn't going yet. I got news for you. Okay.
He's gonna fight for that one.
Okay, let's look at the list now. We're down to we got some rid of some.
Yep.
How about Karate Champ without the right controls? For me, that's one I'm gonna knock off the list.
If it had the right controls, but it doesn't have the right controls.
By it not having dual stick controls for single player, I'm gonna say you gotta go. Now, if it had the correct controls, I mean, that game is fun to play single player. I used to play it all the time in the arcade single player.
Love it. Yep.
And so, sorry, Karate Champ, you have been axed and eliminated. Okay, so
All right.
we're getting it down. Okay, now we have a pretty solid list. Anything else that needs to go? Dragon's Lair, Space Invaders, series. We're going to call them the series because really, I mean, let's just call them the series. Double Dragon series, Burger Time, Elevator Action series, Rastian series, Toplin's Earliest Shmups, which is 4 games, Tiger Heli Slap Fight, Twin Cobra, Flying Sharks, Load Runner series, they have all the arcade games and the modern, R-Type, Sega games, Congo Bongo and Space Harrier, Kung Fu Master, and Lock and Chase. That is our...
So is there
That is our
any
list.
Space Invader games that are on the iiRcade that came out in 1980 to 1987?
Brad, I think you're going to have to take this one head on. She's not letting it go.
Oh, man, you know
She's
what?
not gonna let it go. You're gonna have to get rid of Space Invaders.
It's time.
Oh, it is
Dragon
not.
Player.
It's 1978. But okay. I will say this: Space Invaders. The iiRcade has a completely unique version of Space Invaders. Was built pixel by pixel to be arcade accurate, but have a more modern graphical feel. And Jeff,
I love Space Invaders.
Jeff,
I just have
Yeah,
being
but Brad, she's
technical
all
here.
jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Jacked
She's
up.
not gonna stop.
Oh,
Just get rid of
jacked
it.
up,
You're going to have
man.
to take it off.
Jeff, can you say something for Space Invaders before I axe it?
Well, it is a very good game. and
Just buy it.
Just buy it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's very challenging, even though it seems like it's very simple.
Okay, but Papa Brad, even though he is iiRcade's biggest shill, Papa Brad is completely fair. Space Invaders was made in 1978, so you got to go.
It's not
Oh
the
my
Atari
God!
version. It's not
Okay,
the
sorry.
Atari version.
There goes my number 1 steps. Okay, it's gone. Okay, we're whittling it down. We need to get rid of some more games, and we need to rank them.
Well, Toplin's got 4. Can we whittle that down?
Oh, it's a
No,
series.
no,
It's
no.
gonna be a
Anything
series.
in those years. Okay, Lock and Chase or Kung Fu Master, or R-Type.
Ooh,
Elevator Action,
no way.
Rastan.
no.
R-Type staying. Lock and Chase.
Lock and Chase
Yeah,
has to
Lock
go.
and Chase gotta go.
Lock and Chase, 1981 game, maze game, similar to kind of like a not really like Pac-Man, but it is a maze game, and it is the real arcade game that we have on iiRcade. It's 100% the arcade game, and it has now been eliminated. Okay, so how heavy are we? How many? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Looks like
5,
it's
6, 7, 8.
10.
Do we have 10 now?
We have 10.
Okay, so now we're ranking by order.
Ooh.
What should be first? Now, I said Dragon's Lair because Dragon's Lair made me buy the iiRcade. But Dragon's Lair, Double Dragon, Burger Time, Elevator Action Series, Rastian, Toplin, Load Runner Series, R-Type, Sega games that are in that year period, and Kung Fu Master. So what do y'all think?
If I'm gonna vote for what I enjoy the most, I'm gonna vote for Toplin.
Ooh.
I second that vote.
Wow.
I did buy
For number one.
iiRcade because of Dragon's Lair.
Pliskin felt that Lode Runner should have been the one to go instead of
But
Lock and
that's before
Chase.
they started putting all
hold
those
on.
great Toplan shooters on there.
Space Invaders is a great game, but not 80s. That is true, and that is fair. That's a fair criticism.
I'd fight for Lode Runner all day. It's so infinitely replayable. I've played that game growing up for hours on my Tandy 1000. I think Lode Runner deserves its place on this list more than Robbie and the other ones. In fact, I would put Lode Runner probably 4th or 5th, and move out Elevator, move Raskin.
Okay. Let's just take a poll of the group.
Yeah.
Is a poll of the group? Do we think that Toplin needs to be higher on the list? I'm going to say yes. I think it should be number. I think it should be number 1 or 2, but I don't know if we want to go that high. How high?
At least 3. I don't know about 2 or 1 because
3rd place.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? Dragon's Lair has done so much more, and it's so groundbreaking for its time.
Yeah, it is.
So now you're gonna break it down to.
Yeah, it would be above Double Dragon. Yeah.
I agree
would say
about
so.
that. Yeah, because 2 and 3 for Double Dragon.
Burger Time is a very iconic.
But here's the question
that's
to everybody:
good,
Is
ranked
R
4th.
type R type above the Toplan shooters?
Well, the problem is I can't get past R type.
I know.
Yeah, it's a hard game.
R-Type's too hard.
That's
R
the
type is too hard.
Yeah.
So let me rephrase it. Is the first level of R type better than Toplan shooters?
That's a better question. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a tough
R-Type's really good. I just think Toplin's better.
Better graphically.
It is the real arcade game too. It's a real arcade game.
I mean, how about Rastin under Double Dragon? Anybody have a problem?
Elevator series taking a dip.
No,
Okay,
come on, you
we'll
crazy?
vote.
Move that up there.
Yeah, but it's
I
only
would put
one
that
game,
above
Brad.
Double Dragon.
Elevator Action is pretty popular arcade game.
So let's figure this one out. Because the two that stand out to me kind of similar. What should get a higher placement? Elevator Action. You can't say the series because the second one came out in the 90s. Either Elevator Action or Burger Time.
The reason why I did that though, Brooklyn too, is they don't have they have all the Elevator Action games. They have all this. They have the Space Invaders. They have like series of that type of title. And I want to really make people realize it's more than just one game.
Right, right. But Burger Time's definitely more fun and iconic for me than Elevator Action.
If we're not saying Burger Time's in the top 3, then there's a problem. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I guess Burger Time does
it's
take
a classic.
Elevator Action.
Above Double Dragon steps is what you're saying? To put it at
Yeah,
three?
I would play Burger Time more than Double Dragon.
Double Dragon created a genre, created the beat 'em up genre. It's more important.
I play Double Dragon for me is 3. Yeah, I played that more as a kid in the arcades than Burger Time. I mean,
Okay, so are we good with the top 4? Or do we need to move? What do you think, Dave? You're being awfully quiet, and I know Dave is a classic arcade gamer.
Come on, Dave.
Oh, we don't got no mic.
Oh,
You guys think Congo Bongo and Space Harry? I know Space Harry. Like,
Well,
come
Space
on,
Harry's great.
Don't everyone
Yeah.
attack me. But I don't know. I don't think like Space Harry blew me away when it was in the arcade. Like we never saw graphics like that.
yeah.
But
No,
whenever I
agree.
play it, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to hold up.
I love the original Space Harrier. Not Space Harrier 2. I like the original Space Harrier. But it's in the top 10, so I can't really complain about that. I'm not going to say that
It's
it
probably-
should be higher.
I think it should be higher than R-Type because at least in Space Harrier I can get past the first 4 levels.
Okay, let's move it up. Do we want it above Rastan? How high?
Probably above Lode Runner, under Rastan.
Okay,
What do you guys think?
that sounds good. Oh, that was scary. Okay,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Does everybody but me agree that Dragon's Lair should be number 1?
Dragon Slayer should be number 1.
Yeah, it should be number 1.
I hate
And-
Dragon's Lair.
What do you think that Copeland?
By the way, the myth that there is a audio sync issue is because it was recorded with StreamYards.
Is that
There
true?
was never any sync issue with the audio in Dragon's Lair. that was a myth, but that's a whole nother story.
I'd put R-Type above Lode Runner, the originals.
Oh,
That's just me,
breaks
though.
my heart. But
We can vote on it.
Hey, just because I say it doesn't mean it has to go up there. Everyone
No,
has
I mean,
to.
Okay.
no, but I get it. Lode Runner for
Oh.
me is much different because I played years and years on a Tandy 1000. Lode Runner probably for me is better than most of you guys.
Yeah.
More people would recognize.
Love hate
R-Type.
Dragon's Lair. That is so true.
Yeah, Paul, exactly.
Goofy Foot says Burger Time number 2 all day.
Okay,
Yeah, it should be up there. It's up at the top.
Okay.
I would put Burger Time above the Double Dragon.
Okay, let's do it. We can do it.
R-Type
Like
going all the way
when
to
you think
3?
like arcade games.
4?
Yeah. What do you go back? How much do you replay Double Dragon over Burger Time? I go back to Burger Time over.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
let's
Double
bring
Dragon,
Burger Time up a little bit. Okay, that's
true.
no problem. That's what I'm here to do. I'm taking the advice of the panel. This is
Okay.
everyone kind of deciding together.
I'm gonna be honest. For me, Burger Time.
Oh, don't let you see the next one.
Number 1 for me. But
Okay.
I know it's not for everybody else. Everybody likes Dragon's Lair. So
But 3's not far
Yeah.
off 4 steps.
Okay, so I think we got a pretty solid list. Everyone feel comfortable with it?
Let's see. Kung Fu.
Dragon's Lair, first place. Dragon's Lair series. And that means Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, not Dragon's Lair 2, that would be out of that time period, but Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. All the early Toplin shmups, then Burger Time, Double Dragon series, Elevator Action, Rastan, Sega series, Congo Bongo, Space Harrier,
Yep.
R-Type, Kung Fu Master. Hey, we got someone joining
The last
us.
3 games are the
We
harder
got
ones.
someone joining us. Hey, what's happening? We got James here.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You missed your video, but welcome to the show. We're so glad you made it. Your video is awesome, by the way. People always ask me, like, what games should I get? And then you made that video. I was like, these are the games you should get. Those are all great games. Dead on.
There's a big reason why I made it because I spent a lot of time digging around YouTube and watching through a lot of the demo videos on the iiRcade channel. I dumped hours into that and downloading games and trying them. And,
Yep.
you know, there was a few videos on YouTube too, but I was like, I think this might help somebody if I threw that out there to save them some time and they could just get straight to the good stuff.
That's cool. Okay, so we have our top 10, 80 through 87 arcade games ranked. That ends the top 10 segment of the show. Next thing I wanted to talk about was new games that came out. The new game we got was the Tad Corporation game so far. Dropped on iiRcade. Toki and Blood Brothers. What is that? Let me get rid of this screen. Hold on. How do I get rid of that?
In my opinion.
Thank you.
Some of the best games that are coming to the iiRcade. I absolutely love Blood Brothers and have been highly enjoying Toki.
Yeah, and I have to say this. Toki I never heard of. I never even ever heard of it. And the first time I played it was on iiRcade, and I love that game. It's a lot of fun. And Blood Brothers is a masterpiece. It's a great,
so good,
unique game. It's so fun.
Like, I built my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet and then went and played Blood Brothers.
Dude, I was playing Blood Brothers over building the cabinet.
Wow.
I know.
Like,
Blood Brothers is...
I got the Marvel Capcom way early, and I was like, whoa, Blood Brothers.
I never even heard of that game. That game's awesome.
So much
And, you know, I did this thing where in my review I said, is it worth $9.99? And I said, well, you know, it might be kind of high priced. Might be kind of overpriced. Then I played it co-op online with Nix, you know, and we tore that game apart. I mean, we just ripped through it, and it was so much fun. So I made a little apology video using the Godfather footage, but check it out on my channel. It's pretty funny. So so Toki and Blood Brothers were the 2 new games that came out.
Why should I play Toki? I haven't played it yet.
Because it's fun.
If you like platformers, if you like platformers,
I didn't play it.
it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It is challenging, but yet it's simple. Once you learn the patterns, it's fun.
I'm
It's really
hoping
good.
we get the remix of Toki. There's a modern version of Toki out there for only a couple bucks on Switch and Steam. So I'm hoping we can get that version as well. If we got this version, then maybe we can get the Toki 1 and 2 remix.
And
that's out there.
that remake, they did it like exact.
Yeah.
exact, and the cartoonist graphics are so
cool.
beautiful.
It's
the way they made it look.
Yeah, so I don't
Good
know
comments.
if it's the same company, but if it is, maybe we will get those two coming up. You know, if this one sells, it sounds like everybody likes Toki. So
Did Congo Bongo make the top 5? No, it didn't.
no, I think it was 7.
Somebody was
Yeah, it's
saying
in the top 10 though. Any of those
top 10.
games, like if you're looking like for 80s arcade
300.
games, those are all good ones, and they'll be cheap on the sale. So like pretty much any of those are all classics. You could pick those up.
Yeah.
So let's see. The next thing I wanted to talk about was I had a review for the game.
Which game?
Sorry. Blood Brothers.
Blood Brothers.
Yeah, I have a Blood Brothers review.
Unless he hits the wrong button, it's that secret game review.
I
right?
know. There's like there's too much stuff in here. You know, next thing you know, this happens. Howdy, partner. Welcome to the iiRcadians show.
Wandering around in the forest and hear this music, turn and run the opposite way.
Sounds like the Briar Patch.
We're going full Western, country and Western for this show.
I feel like I'm in Frontierland in Disney.
Yeah.
I know, and what a great place that is to be.
What's that log flume? Sounds like the Briar Patch.
What am I doing? I can't find the. Hold on. I got too much stuff in here. I got to delete some stuff.
I'm so down to do a Western themed show where we all dress in Western gear.
Halloween, your contest.
Yeah. Steps the cowboy hat. Okay, here's.
Hey, my channel's got a
characters in game.
contest.
And here's a review of Blood Brothers. This is Papa Brad. It's time to take a look at Blood Brothers, a new game on iiRcade. This game was released by the TAD Corporation in 1990. It's available on the iiRcade for $9.99. Blood Brothers is considered the sequel to the 1988 game Cabal, also coming to the iiRcade soon. The game offers single-player or multiplayer cooperative play. You can also play this game online. So it is online enabled, which enables you to play with friends anywhere. Pretty cool feature, exclusive to iiRcade. This game takes the Wild West theme and runs with it, with some pretty cool different scenes that you blast your way through. With this game, you have cowboys, Native Americans, and tons of bullets. There's also a can you seem to be able to shoot in every level. This game has a great sense of humor, and one of the funny things in the game is pigs or hogs run across the screen, and if they have 3 different colors, depending on the color, they'll give you power-ups. The red ones give you dynamite, the black ones drop the shotguns, and the pink ones dispense the heavy machine gun. So my tip to you is, get those hogs, boy. It's a bit surprising to me that iiRcade released Blood Brothers before Cabal, as in Blood Brothers is in pretty much every way an improvement over Cabal. The plot of the game, not that it matters, is pretty simple. You team up with a cowboy and a Native American to hunt down the most wanted outlaw in Dodge City, Big Bad John. And here he is, the man himself, Big Bad John. The thing I love about this game is the absolute destruction and demolition as you go through the levels. And that makes this game really fun. My only real criticism with this game is the price. I feel like $9.99 is a bit steep. It should be like a $7.99 game all day long. One other minor gripe is, to me, it seems like the gunshot sounds are too loud compared to the background music. I'm not sure if this was an option to be adjusted in the dip switch settings on the arcade game, but if it was, maybe a small tweak would be a good improvement. Shoo-wee, get them little piggies, get them piggies. We got ourselves some guns and dynamite. Enjoy, Big Bad John. So summing it up, here's a very unique game. If you like things where you shoot a lot of stuff, there's a lot of destruction, this is a fun game. Could be priced a bit cheaper. It's just my opinion, but definitely an excellent game, and you're getting the real arcade game. You know, if you from watching this video, if this looks like something you would like, check it out. Remember, you can always refund a game too within 30 minutes. So give it a try and see what you think. There's nothing to lose. This is Papa Brad reminding you to stay legit. Hit that like button, partner. And don't forget, you can subscribe to the iiRcadians or Papa Brad's Gaming. Y'all come back now, you hear? Alrighty, and that was the Blood Brothers review.
Hey, you gotta talk like that the rest of the stream.
Well, I reckon I could.
Anyone that talks like that tomorrow night is getting booted from the show.
Boo! Boo!
If you don't have
come on now.
Blood Brothers yet, if you played Alligator Hunt and enjoyed the first 2 levels, which I personally think are the best in that game, it's like a whole game like that. But there's a lot of hidden.
There's so much
stuff
hog shooting, dynamite throwing, blowing stuff up. This is a good game.
It's a great score chasing game too.
Absolutely.
All you need is some Blood Brothers. You need some Blood Brothers. And what else you need? You need to get yourself some delicious Mountain Dew.
Yeah!
That's all you need. Yeah!
Do the do.
They're gonna sponsor you soon.
God, I hope so. God, I hope so. They got deep pockets. They got deep pockets, Mountain Dew. Okay, enough of that. We'll kill that. Okay, that was just a joke.
A couple months ago, I asked you, "Is there any Western games in the iiRcade?" You're like,
and I was like, "No, they don't have any." Now they're getting a glut of them.
Like, hell yeah!
Here they come.
Yeah,
so
Tad Corporation just seemed to really enjoy that Western.
They like the Western theme. I mean, James, do you have any of these Western theme games?
I don't, but I reckon I might like me a Western shooter.
All right.
I noticed that the play style reminds me a little bit of the shooting stages on Contra, Contra games.
Yeah.
So I probably like it. I think I'm going to actually pick it up now. I wish I had
check it out.
We were going to talk about it. I would have picked it up prior. Oh, and speaking of that Mountain Dew, I think I'm one of the few people that thinks the Voodoo flavor is pretty good.
Yeah? Wow.
Really?
Wow, kick James.
Wow.
Well, it tastes like I'm eating the whole bowl of candy all at once.
Okay.
Is that a good thing?
Well, there you go. You know, and that's the thing about iiRcade too. There's something for everyone, you know. I mean, there's such a wide type of games that they have that there's going to be something that you like, you know.
There's more. There's just as many iiRcade games as there are Mountain Dew flavors.
I'm learning.
I think there's a lot more. You think they have over 300 flavors of Mountain Dew? Maybe. I don't know.
So many limited. They have a new one coming out that tastes like fruit cake for Christmas.
That's disgusting, Steps.
Yeah, please don't taste test that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I have a feeling Heated Barrel is going to be another good game that I've never heard of. That'll probably be a good game.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed too, you were pointing out that they released the later game, Blood Brothers, being like the sequel to Cabal. Sometimes I like to play the later game first and kind of go back too. I don't always want to play it in that sequential order.
Yeah,
that could be cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I always do a little research before I play the game, so I kind of know where it came from. And yeah, it's like most people that know both games that they like Blood Brothers, but they both get good reviews. So I can't wait to try it out. It'll be the first time I've ever played it because none of the arcades I went to had that game. So that's pretty much what I had for a show. Let's go around the horn. What you got going on? We'll start with Brooklyn Menace because he's always got something going on.
I have tomorrow night, Friday night arcade show. We're going to be covering all the sales going on. Whatever new game drops tomorrow, we'll be doing the 1 quarter challenge, and we'll be doing I'm Calling You Out and talking about all things iiRcade starting tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Stop by, say hi, come chill out with us.
Okay, up next. And let's get Steps. Let's get Steps to 500, please. If anyone can drop her a sub, she's right on the edge, and she can community post with 500 subs. So please, if you're watching the show, go to tell them where your channel is.
Steps Gaming. Just type into the search Steps Gaming, all one word. You'll find it. Steps Gaming, all one word.
Okay, it's awesome. I know you've got some big tournaments coming up. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, I have a Halloween tournament going on. That one's actually Marvel vs. Capcom 1. And we're having a costume contest. So even if you don't play that game, you could submit a costume contest picture. And the place to submit it is to Webhead, who is a connoisseur of Spider-Man. And there is a short on my channel about the costume contest. If you click on it, it will give you instructions in the description of how to enter. But we're giving away beanie hats to every entry and also a trophy to the costume contest winner. So the deadline is Saturday, the 22nd, because that's when the tournament is. And we're going to show the pictures on stream, and the panel is going to vote on the best costume.
Well, and you could play that with the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 now works with it.
It does.
So if I wanted to play it, I could play it.
You can
get annihilated. I would get annihilated.
You could get annihilated. I'm sure somebody would be very excited to draw you, Papa Brad.
Yeah, I would be. I would be like, they would be like, they'd be like, yes, free match. But that's the fun of it. The fun is just playing, So what you got going on, Kev Gret?
Just a heads up, I received an email from YouTube and they gave me community posting privileges, and I do not have 500 subs. So Steps, check your channel. Maybe you have community privilege, activated. I only have 400 something subs, so maybe they changed the requirement. It's not 500 anymore. So check it out. I'm hoping that we can stream some game sale conversation over the weekend.
Absolutely.
Maybe even tomorrow, just to go over the sales and give our thoughts. And if there is a game tomorrow, I hope to do some streaming of it real quick. I'm off for Friday, so I would like to hopefully get a Halloween themed game and play it.
I'm also off.
Fingers crossed, Steps.
Awesome.
Maybe we can do a quick live stream.
I will be at work all day long, but y'all have fun. Got to teach kids. Nix, what you got going on? I know he's been working on his channel. He has a new intro. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm just working on the channel, and I'm just be looking forward to these upcoming games. I'll be making some more content in the upcoming future, and just growing from there. And it's going to be awesome. And then hopefully I'll check out Brooklyn's show tonight and be part of the 1 quarter challenge. And it's going to be a fun weekend.
Okay, awesome. Let's see, James, I don't want to put you on the spot, but thanks for coming on. What you got going on, buddy? That's the first video I saw from you. It's very good. I was very impressed. Very good video.
It's my first gaming video I've made. I was kind of hesitant to do it in a little challenge, I guess. Kind of a what's the word? It was just something hard to do, but I'm glad I did it. But so what I have going on as far as gaming, mostly going to be looking out for what games iiRcade's going to be putting on that sale. I didn't even know that was happening until you guys told me that. I'm pretty excited about that. And whatever the new game is coming out tomorrow, every Friday I'm so excited to see and just dig in to see like what's it going to be. And then one thing I wanted to tell Brooklyn, your show called I'm Calling You Out, I think it'd be important that every time you say the name of it, it said like, I'm calling you out.
There you
I
go.
agree. That's what we try to do, but we're all friends, so we stop being too nice to one another.
And iiRcadians is a community show, and I saw your video, and we love having content creators in the iiRcade community. So good job, great video, And anytime anyone asks me what game should I immediately pick up, I'm going to point them to that video because that's pretty much my list too. I mean, it's very dead on, very accurate, and a good mix of like modern. There's a little bit of everything in there, which I liked. Some indie games, very good list. So that's it. I'd like to thank everyone for being on the show. I appreciate it. And we will be back. And I know there's a good game coming out tomorrow. Because I've played it and it's great and I like it, but I can't talk about it, but I can tell you I would not be disappointed with it. I like it. And that is it. So make sure you check into the iiRcade show. What time does it come on? I don't know. It comes on while I'm teaching at school. What?
Wait, are you? Oh, you mean?
Now it depends on if Michael
the game days show.
If he does it live, he starts at 4. If he pre-records it, he usually throws it up around 3.
So 3 o'clock your time, Brad.
Okay, yeah, I'm in school still, so I can't watch it, but I usually catch it. I watch it right after it plays. But thanks a lot. We appreciate it. See you in 2 weeks. Take care. And that is iiRcadians 26.